Good morning, children. Welcome to your English literature class. Okay, so today I'm going to start chapter 2, page number 24, and the name of the story is Tom Meets the Water Babies. Okay, this is written by Charles Kingsley. Okay. He was born in England, so he wrote he wrote many stories for children. Okay, so this is a book. This is actually taken from a book, and the name of the book is The Water Baby. So this is adapted, or it's like one chapter from that book. Okay, so let's go to your page. I think all of us, we know that water is very important. Do you agree that water is important? Yes? Yes or no? Yes, water is very important. Imagine if you didn't have water. What will happen then? When you get up in the morning, you start using water. How do you use water when you get up in the morning? You have to brush, you have to take bath. Yes or no? Clean your clothes. Your mothers will, or your mummies, or your aunties will cook food for you. They will use water, right? Then we use water to we use water to water our plants also, right? So that also we eat. Plants also need water. So water is very important. Okay. It is very valuable. So suppose if I go home and I leave the tap open, what will happen? The water will all flow. So will my mother scold or not? Yes. Or does your mother say open the tap and stay? Nothing will happen. Or does she say that water is very valuable? You should save it, right? Here also in the school, when you go for hand wash, you should always close the tap. Okay, because once you don't have water, then what will happen? You will not be able to cook, clean, then you'll be very dirty, you will be hungry, you will not have food because there is no water to water your plants also. So what will you eat? So water is very valuable or very precious. Okay. So let's get back to page number 24. Rivers are a very important source of fresh water. Okay, in detail I will not go into detail, but then we know that we get water from the rivers, right? It will rain, there's a cycle, it's called a water cycle. That's how we get water. It will rain, then we collect the water, and then that water is sent to our houses. So water is very important. Okay, and we need water for our daily chores. Like if you look in the book, okay, if you look at the book, you have a girl drinking a glass of water. So imagine if you're thirsty, what will you do? You will drink a glass of water and then you will feel better, right? So if you don't get water, then you will feel very thirsty. What will you do? Then you will not be able to do anything. You will feel restless, you will feel hot, right? So for drinking purposes, we need water. Then next is, he is watering the flowers, right? The flower. So again, if you see, now is the spring season. We did spring in the first chapter, remember? So we have to water the plants. So you'll have a lot of colorful, flowers, greenery all around. Then the next one is, this person is happily bathing in the tub, right? So you need to bathe. You need water to bathe. Then the last picture is about a person who is cooking. You need water to cook. That is what I said, right? So next time you open the tap, make sure that after you use it, you close it. Okay, there are a lot of videos on how to save water. Water is very precious and all. Okay, we all know that water is precious, water is very valuable now. Yes? Okay, so now here, can you see this line? Okay, you have to write in two ways in which you can keep our rivers clean. When you come up, okay, when you're coming from Siliguri or from Darjeeling, you see the river flowing, right? Teesta. All of us have seen, right? So when you see that river flowing, are you allowed to throw garbage in the river? No, you are not allowed, because you are not supposed to dirty the river. So you have to write two ways in which you can keep the rivers clean. Okay? Yes? Alright. So let's start with the story now. This is the story of Tom, a chimney sweep. A chimney sweep is a person who sweeps the chimney. Do you know what is a chimney? In the kitchen you have that smoke will come out, right? If you see, there's a picture of a chimney here. Okay, he is a person who cleans the chimney. Who loses his way one day. Loses his way means he gets lost. Okay. He goes to another town where a kind teacher gives him food and a place to sleep. Now this story is about a boy like you all, okay, a small boy your age maybe. So he is a chimney sweeper. Does he study in the school like you all? No, he does not study. He cleans the chimney, okay. So he goes to another place and he gets lost. Okay, so when he goes to another place, does he know anyone there? No, it's a new place, right? So he gets lost. Then he meets a kind teacher and that teacher gives him food to eat and a place to sleep, okay. So one night, Tom sleepwalks to a nearby river and falls in. Have you seen a river? Yes, all of us have seen a river. So Tom, he goes to a nearby river, the river which is near his place. And then what happens? He sleepwalks, means when he is sleeping, he walks in his sleep. Okay. So he turns into a water baby. So from a human baby, he turns into a water baby. Okay. Read on to find out how he meets the other water babies who live in this river. Okay, let me tell you, can you turn into a water baby? When you go and fall into a river, and can you turn into a water baby? No, you will not be able to turn into a water baby. This is a fairy tale, imaginary. Okay, it is not real. Do you know fairy tales? Yes, so we've all read fairy tales, right? So it is not true. Okay, so this boy, Tom, he is a person who cleans the chimney, right? So one day he goes to another place, he gets lost, right? Then there is a kind teacher who gives him food and shelter. So while sleeping one night, he starts to walk in his sleep. And then where does he fall? Into the river. And then after falling into the river, he becomes a water baby. Okay, so a most wonderful thing happened to Tom. He came upon a water baby. How did Tom become a water baby? By falling into the river. Okay. So a real live water baby sitting on the white sand, and when it saw Tom, it looked up for a moment and then cried, "Why, you are not one of us. You are a new water baby. Oh, how delightful." Okay, so Tom, where is Tom now? He's fallen into the river, and what has he become? He's become a water baby. So then whom does he meet? He meets another water baby. So when they meet, the other water baby is also very happy to see him, that, oh, you are a new water baby. Okay. How delightful means how lovely, how nice. And it ran to Tom, and Tom ran to it, and they hugged each other. So both of them were so happy to see, because they were both lonely, right? They were both alone, no? So when they saw each other, what did they do? They ran to each other and they hugged one another. Okay, do you know the meaning of hug? Right? When you go and put your arms around someone, okay? At last Tom said, "Oh, where have you been all this while? I have been looking for you for so long, and I have been so lonely." So Tom is saying, where have you been? To the other water baby, you know, I have been so lonely, I was so alone, but now I am very happy that I met you. Okay, clear? Alright, so we have been here for days and days. The other water baby is telling Tom now, okay, that we were here only, right? We've been here from many days. There are hundreds of us about the rocks. How did you not see us or hear us? So the other water baby is telling Tom, we were here only, and there are hundreds of us. It's not just one or two. There are so many, you know, hundreds of us. How come you never saw us or you never heard us? Okay, we sing every evening before we go home. So when they are going, before they go home, what do? They sing. Do you know what is sing? Okay, sing a song. Okay. Tom looked at the baby again, and then he said, "Well, this is wonderful. I have seen things just like you again and again, but I thought you were shells or sea creatures." Have you seen a picture of a sea? Yes, all of us, all of you have seen? Okay. When you see a picture of this of a sea, what do you see under the sea, beneath the sea? You will see a lot of fish, right? Then what do you see? some flowers, shells. When we go to a beach, what do we collect? Shells, right? So Tom is saying, oh, I have seen you, but then I did not notice, I did not know it was you all, okay? I just thought that you all were shells. Do you know what is a shell? Okay. Or sea creatures. Sea creatures are real or imaginary living things found in water bodies, your rivers, your oceans and all. When you see deep down, you will see a lot of marine life, okay? You will see fish, you will see a lot of flowers and all, okay? I never thought that you were water babies just like me. That means now Tom is a new water baby because he fell into the river. So I had heard maybe also, but then I didn't pay attention because I thought you all were shells or sea creatures that were living down, okay? And I never thought you all were water babies like me. Now, said the baby, come and help me, or I shall not have finished my brothers before my brothers and sisters come, and it is time to go home. Now he is doing some work there. Okay, so what is the work? I will explain in the next class. Alright, so he is telling, now come and help me do this work before my brothers and sisters. Who are his brothers and sisters? Other water babies. Before they come home and then we have to go home, please help me and let us finish this work. Okay. Clear till now? Okay, I'll stop here for now. Okay, last class also I told you reading is very important. Okay, so please read. I will give you the spellings today. So please do the spellings also. Okay, so if you have any doubts, please ask me. Okay, reading as usual. You can send me a video, audio, you can call me and then send me. You don't have to read the whole chapter. Just read, one or two paragraphs. Okay, so I'll stop here. All we did today was we started with a new chapter. Okay, Tom meets the water babies. Tom is a chimney sweeper who falls into the river when he's sleepwalking. Okay, when he's walking in his sleep, and he becomes a water baby. Okay, then when he becomes a water baby, he meets another water baby. Okay, and both are very happy, and this other water baby is doing some work. Okay, so he'll tell Tom also to help him. Okay, so I'll stop here. If you have any doubts, please ask me in my personal number. Thank you and have a nice day.